Maldives state-run firm MACL has taken over the operations of the Malé International Airport from GMR. This comes after the Indian infrastructure major GMR lost a week-long legal battle over the termination of its $511 million airport modernization contract. There will be a 3-week transition period during which GMR and state-run MACL will work together.
The contrast between day and night. Ex-Maldives President Nasheed's supporters, old and young, women and men, in Western dress and hijabs. All rooting for their causes. Elections now, for justice. And wearing their love for Indian company GMR on their sleeves. The $511 million airport contract was signed during the former regime and was the largest foreign investment till the company was shown the door.
The waters may be still, but the air is heavy and humid with inevitability. Inevitability because the highest court in Singapore has allowed the Maldivian government to take over the GMR-run international terminal. There were weeks of legal wrangling that followed months of political and economic protests. After all, the Maldives goes to the polls next year, and the plank is economic nationalism, jobs and money for Maldivians, as well as some would say religious extremism.
So what made the current government so anti a company which operated, maintained and expanded the capital Malé's international airport? The allegations range from bribery to milking a cash cow and even of being un-Islamic. So the decision was taken to terminate the agreement just 2 years into its contracted 25. After months of legal wrangling, a top Singapore court endorsing the government's right to take over the terminal. GMR argues the World Bank oversaw its bid. More than 90% employees are Maldivians and it's brought in revenue more than promised.
I've seen the operations in Delhi Airport, Bangalore Airport, Hyderabad Airport. They are pretty smooth and pretty great. So I would, I will ask the Indian government not to, ask GMR to move out of Maldives, or Maldives government to ask GMR to move out of Maldives.
That's the trend. All the airports have been under the private hands, and that's the way things are happening. And I would say it should continue with a private company rather than a government company.
The focus in the weeks to come is on how much compensation GMR will get from the courts. Maldives' top legal eagle says even $700 million is not too much, even though that's roughly 35% of the country's GDP.
My challenge here now is we will be minimizing, who knows whether we have to even pay damages. Let's fight it out in the arbitral tribunal and see. This is about law, this is about the rule of law. This agreement was found to be void ab initio. There were very basic functional abnormalities about the agreement, so let's go ahead with the arbitration.
At the stroke of midnight, the Maldives government took over the operations of the international airport from GMR. That's because Singapore's highest court allowed it to do so. That followed weeks of legal wrangling. In fact, this is being portrayed as a handover from the Maldivian government to the Maldivian Airport Companies Limited. There is no GMR involved, there is no GMR representative here. In fact, sources at the venue indicate that there are no representatives because this could in fact be seen as a takeover, not a handover. That just illustrates the amount of bitterness that hangs in the air that is in fact inevitable following that ruling from Singapore.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.